Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, fuck. Okay. We have a big problem now. Alright, this is Field Agent Sirkowski. I'm making my first preliminary follow-up on investigating the new possible anomalous location titled 667-FBC. This is occurring on May 14th, 1981. We have got a serious problem because I just came in to the safe house and all my shit is on. So, if this is the only report that makes it out, please send somebody to investigate this further, okay? So, keeping an eye on the motion tracker outside the safe house for now. Okay. Alright, so after getting my first original details and location, I went to the site of the proposed sighting of the new anomalous building. It is located in downtown of the United States of America. Building is concrete, has glass windows and steel framing, and is about 20 to 25 stories tall. Watched it for about 3 days. Definitely can tell the place has a lot of security. I'm watching them utilize everything from RFID detectors to retinal scans and DNA sequencing testing. So, place is very secure. Was not able to actually infiltrate into the location as I was unable to actually get within about 150 meters. I'll explain why in a few moments. Was, however, able to get a couple of bugs in via a small unmanned drone that I managed to get into a vent, a TIC model mic and transmitter that I managed to get onto the briefcase of an individual that I had observed going in and out of the building multiple times over the course of 4 days, and managed to get one very brief tap into their network. And, well, we have a problem, because this location is very advanced, very well funded, and they are holding anomalies. I should definitely make note that they do not harbor any known or hypothesized symbols referring to any iteration of the SCP Foundation, so this is not something that is slipped in from another reality. Location also does not bear any known or hypothesized markings for the Department of Abnormalities, which we all know is a little bit of a strange oddity in of itself. So it should be known that this location is fresh, new, and entirely independent of itself. There is nothing that we have observed like it. Out of the tap that I managed to send in on their network, I was able to uncover that they do in fact have at least 1 to 2 layers of the facility, which the size and extent of has been undiscovered at this point. They are holding anomalies, a lot of them, and it appears as though the location is in the state of a massive containment breach. Don't know what happened in there, but from some images and some data that I was able to glean off of their security system, because it must have happened right after I spliced into the network. I was in for all of 3 minutes and then everything went dark. But I managed to snag security footage. I will try to get you snippets of it, and my report on this at the moment is this. Location is inhabited, and it appears as though we have 2 sets of humans inside. One set appears to be a armed security force that was, I guess, keeping the place tight. They're there, but I think they're the least of our concerns, because a certain percentage of the human populace that I can see and make out in the facility has been altered. It appears as though they have encountered a cognitohazard of some sort, and it seems to be displaying sentience. So this thing moves, and it moves with intention. The tick that I managed to get on the person going in and out really only managed to reveal whatever location they were going into, because whatever they have inside the building completely cuts the mic out. I don't know why the GPS signal got through, but the mic signal completely got destroyed and scrambled. Autonomous drone, however, was destroyed within 15 seconds of me entering. It seems as though they have little EMP buffers in all the main entranceways. So getting electronics in there is not going to work. And I, at the moment, do not recommend a manned exploration. If any further investigation is to be taken at this point, it should be taken with autonomous, drones, droids, stuff like that. Maybe a cybernetic surveillance, something of that nature. Sending people in is impossible. And the reason for that is simply this. There's something up with the people that are in that building. Because I was at my agreed observation point today. Probably stationed about a good 350 meters away from the door. Just observing. While I was observing, I noticed a particular individual, not the one that I had ticked, but another one that I had seen going in and out. They were walking business as usual, dressed in business attire, briefcase, nothing out of the ordinary. Guy even had a little douchey pair of sunglasses on. But for some reason, I observed, and I saw him coming into my line of sight. I looked down to place a note into my Foundation-issued personal data assistant, so that way I could immediately beam it to secure offsite server. I looked down, and then I looked back up from my PDA in time to watch the target individual stop dead in their tracks. They weren't even looking at me. They stopped dead in their tracks, and I watched their hands drop. Briefcase, stack of paperwork, everything. Like a switch had been thrown. And he turned around and looked right at me, and then proceeded to sprint at me. Not jog, not walk, not have a little pep in his step, full on running at me. I immediately grabbed my PDA and bolted. He followed me for 6 blocks, and he didn't slow down. And I've tested high in my physical aptitude test. This guy, he wasn't even turning red. He didn't even sweat. The only way I was able to get away from him is I managed to dodge into a storm drain. He passed by me, and then I made the appropriate and approved procedural way back to this safe house, meaning that I went to at least 6 other locations and waited at those locations for about a good 4 to 5 hours before moving to another to ensure that I was not being followed. So we have a problem. The place is brandishing a placard on the front of the building that labels it as the Federal Bureau of Control. I did some referencing in the database. UIU has nothing on it. The FBI has no idea what this thing is. GRU Division P, no idea. So I thought maybe this might have been some weird anomalous Cold War thing that they had and we just found it. Don't know. Don't know, but I know this. They are funded, they are advanced, and they have something happening inside right now which I think is constituting a disaster. So, this video file has also been backed up with textual documents and photograph information that I have sent to Sites 1, Site 19, and Site Alpha. So all you guys up in administration have everything that you need. For the time being, I do advise that if I am going to continue following this, I need a backup. Someone needs to be here, because my equipment was on when I walked in here. That never happens. I always turn everything off to keep electronic signatures, sound, heat signatures, anything that has any indication that there's something going on in this room to a minimum. I walked through that door. My motion sensor was on and is still on, and my personal camera was on. So I may be compromised as we speak. If that is the case, all relevant information, locations, and conditions that I have discovered about the anomalous location are included herein and have been sent to the appropriate parties. This is Field Agent Sirkowski signing off. Will be hopefully checking back in 7 days from the time of about 10 p.m. So, side notes are, I don't recommend any manned explorations. I don't recommend a full-on attack either, because the place seems to be designed to keep just about anything out and to keep everything in. But I don't know how long that's going to last for. So, until I can get more information, this is Intelligence Field Operative Sirkowski signing off. Please send somebody soon.
Today's time is 57 degrees. Tonight, more clouds covered with a low exposure.